Thanks for the coffee, Robin. So here we are, once again, at the Carving Fusion Shop of Dreams. If you carve it, they will come. Yeah, if you carve it, they will come. I don't know who is they. I don't know when they'll come, but they should sooner or later show up. Here's a little, this is a little just carved Rob prototype that I carved with my Dremel. This is a treehouse. I painted this one. It was just driftwood, but I think I did this on my other channel. Show you a closer view. I don't know if you can see it. I gotta wipe my screen clean. Stand by. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So it's a little prototype I did with my Dremel. Is mic working? Yep. Yeah, you still can't see it that well, but it's painted red. Little tree house, little roof on there. This one I haven't been filming for. I've been just kind of doing it at my own time, kind of showing up here a couple hours a day. It's been a long winter for old heavy hands, so you just kind of got to get through it. So I figured I would not film doing this too much because there's just so much sanding. Like, I still have to finish right here sanding. I got it on my hydraulic lift stand thing. Okay, this log is about, I'd say it's a good 1,000 pounds still. It's soaking wet Western red cedar, second or third growth, meaning that it doesn't have that tight grain, the tight rings. It's more wide grain, but it's still nice cedar to carve, so I'm definitely not complaining. So I thought maybe a good, because we got to keep the show going. You know, it must live on. So there's some rot in the roof up here from, actually, you know, this, slow down, Jordy, slow down. Actually, this cedar, they say that cedar is bug proof, but actually deep inside this cedar there has been a few wormholes. So I don't know if it's different for the old growth, because I've never seen wormholes in the old growth, but I have seen it in the second or third growth. Old growth means it's like second growth. This is how can I explain it? This could have been planted by man. Well, actually, this came from somebody's yard in the next town over, this tree. But the old growth is in like a naturally not hand planted tree forest, and the tree grows a lot slower because it's harder for the tree to get sunlight because there's so many other trees in the old forest, right? You know, when they do the logging, they do the, what's it called? They just take half the mountain, then they plant the new trees, so the new trees get so much sun, they can grow so much faster, right? Because it's a wide open thing. Sometimes I just clear cut. That's what they do. So I thought it's a good time to maybe show you what sanding tools that I use. I'm not a professional chainsaw carver by all means. This is all the stuff that I use, just my opinion. And let's get to it, and I'll take you over to the Carving Fusion service desk over here. We'll show you what sanders I use. I got about, I think, 12 hours into this piece. I'm just not rushing it. I think sometimes it's better to slow down and prove to yourself that you can do something nice. Like, most of my carvings are quickly rushed, and I said, you know what, man, this one, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to prove to myself that, yes, I can. When it comes to sanding, I'm the laziest person. And, you know, like wood carvings, if you want to have a nice wood carving, it's going to look nicer if you're going for this effect, if you sand it better. So I still got a lot more time to go into this piece, but we'll show you this later. But let's go over to the Carving Fusion service desk. Yeah. All right, so here's all the stuff I got. So it's quite a long list, so let's just kind of get to it, and I'll do my best to explain everything the best I can. I'll try and tuck my fat ass in. Filming. All right, so I'll try and tuck my fat ass in over here off to the side. So the first thing about wood carving or sanding is get yourself a good dust mask. I got to clean out inside here. I've been using this. I got my Air Pro Shield too, but it needs a new screen. like the shield part is all scratched and stuff. It's hard to see out of, so I'm using this for now. This is a 3M one. This is good, and I've been using this for the last 3 days. Now, this is a Kutzall shaping disc. This is a super aggressive tool. If you don't have much experience with tools, I'm not going to suggest this for the very beginner, because this grinder, it's on an angle grinder. It's just a Black & Decker. It doesn't have speed control, and this thing kicks back. This thing will remove skin really fast. Now, this is the Kutzall Extreme Flame one, but they come in different grits, and they come in different shapes. These are a little bit plugged up, but you can see here's a more flatter one compared to the more rounder one. So you get those on Kutzall, and they come in different grits. Like I said, this one's the Extreme. It's a little bit warm, or not the Extreme, but it was the old aggressive one, and this one's not as aggressive. So you get those on the Kutzall site. Anybody wants Kutzall tools, just go to the description below. So I don't suggest these for the very beginning carvers. If you have experience with grinders and tools, yeah, go for it. But these things kick back like crazy. If you're not experienced, I suggest you get yourself a grinder that has speed control, or you can even buy speed controls on Amazon that will let you can slow this down so it's not such an aggressive tool. Yeah, super dangerous. Okay, so that would be this would remove the most wood the fastest. The second is just a normal grinder, angle grinder. Now this is, and remember, this is for the very beginners, everybody. This is a flap sander. So you see here, there's a backing pad. You buy these, and then you get the disc like this. All right, so I usually do like 36 grit, 40 grit. I think this is like 80 grit, this one. But anyways, this is the things, the sanders. They come in, I thought I was always running, Ryan Cook, professional chainsaw carver, uses the 3.5 inch ones right here. So you can see this is 4.5. This one, smaller one's 3.5. So you have to make sure to get the backing pads for these. It's kind of funny because this hole seems smaller than this hole. But I always thought that I had the backing pad for this, but I don't. You can see how much smaller it is. So that's what Ryan Cook uses. When you buy these backing pads, so here's like this one's a Walther backing pad. It's orange, but this is how you'll buy it. You'll buy it in a package like this for the sanders, right? And like a 36 grit to 40 grit works the best to remove the wood the fastest. When you buy this backing pad at your hardware store or whatever, make sure it comes with this piece too to screw it on, because the sander tucks in there and it goes nice and flat. Because if it doesn't come with this, you're gonna have to use your normal grinder one for your like discs for your friggin' things. You have to use this, and this will stick off. Let me show you. So you see this one's flat on there? This one, the normal one that you got with your grinder, would stick off and you'll scrape your wood. So make sure it comes with one of these two. They normally do, but just double check. Okay, so that's that. So you can also buy like these kind too. This is like a flap sander. This is a metalworking. My buddy was as an iron worker. He got me a whole bunch of these. I don't use these that often, but you can get these ones too. When you first start using these type, like this edge is sharp. It will dig into the wood super easy. It still happens to me. I try my best not to let it happen, but it happens. Okay, so like this one, you can see how plugged up and shitty this one is on the sides. I'm enjoying using this because it's not digging into the wood as much. So once you get more used to it, it won't dig into the wood as much, because when it digs into the wood, then you got to take the time to sand that dig spot out. So Point is, once you get better, you won't dig into the wood as much, and once these get worn in a bit, your side won't be so sharp. That's just my opinion. Maybe there's better ways. Oh, for all you that don't know, the new Wood Carving Illustrated magazine has good old heavy hands in here. On page 53, there's my, that's a piece of yew wood I found on Vancouver Island. They got a hold of me and they asked me to carve an eagle in a log. So that's more like a branch. But I kind of shook my head when they asked me, because you guys all know, for my normal subscribers, that what I struggle with most is the eagles. Not the heads, but my heads are more like native style. But so there you go. So yeah, they said, can you carve the eagle in a log? So I'm like, oh, I'll try. Anyways, that's that. So that's quite the honor. Okay, let's push this off this side. Now this is a cheap one. I don't like it that much. I bought it on Amazon. It's kind of slow, but this would be called a right angle grinder. So you see how it kind of boom boom. Now Makita makes a really good one, but it's expensive. I might buy it sooner or later. But this is good for getting into tight spots, this grinder. Now it will take things like this. This is 1/4 inch. You buy these on sets at Amazon. So it's just like, see how that screws on there? This is a sander, comes in all different grits. Screws on. So it's good for these things. Once again, it just screws on like that. Okay, those things also come like, for sanding, wood carving, basically I've tried most of it, not all of it, but it comes with the little flap discs too. Just screws on there. It also comes, I don't have any bigger ones here, I thought I did. For all you Dremel carvers, it comes with ones like this too. This is the small one. This is like an inch or something, but it comes bigger. And this is hook and loop, which is also called Velcro. So this would just go on here, right? Velcro. But this one's like bigger. You get smaller ones too for this. But let's see. So that's the, you know, like even when I was first started learning about carving and stuff like that, you get these 90-degree Dremel bits that go in your flex shaft, and you can put this in here. Let's see, like that. But there's a video, I think I even made a video how to hook it up to your flex shaft, because you have to reverse just YouTube Dremel 90-degree bit, sanding bit or something. It's on there somewhere. That's how I learned how to hook this up to your flex shaft. And that spins and you get the hook and loop sandpaper on there for sanding. I don't use this anymore though. You can see here in the box, I got a whole bunch of different sanders, sandpaper. Oh, here's the bigger hook and loop one, but it's broken. So this is the bigger one. See, I broke it. But these things unscrew, and then you could, let's see, I gotta slow down here. Where's that other one? Sandpaper. So you can buy a hole punch, I mean like a hole saw, and make it so you can punch these out yourself. Like just get a 2-inch hole saw, grind off the sharp teeth, then make it sharp, and then just punch, get some hook and loop sandpaper. So that's just like that. Velcro. Okay, so like this is something I also bought. This is like hooks up to your air compressor. It's an air grinder, 90 degrees. But to run something like this would go in here. The sanding thing would go inside there. To run something like this, you need to have a big compressor. So if you got a small compressor, don't be thinking this will work, because it won't. The next one is the Makita finger sander. This is not a cheap tool. Okay, you can get this on Amazon too. Ryan Cook swears by this tool. I don't have the sandpaper on here. This model number is 9032. Yeah, 9032. 3 too. So that's a finger sander for doing carvings. Comes with little belts like this. You can buy the bigger belts, sanding belts, and cut them up so they're thin like this to save yourself some money. So that's that. We're getting through this pretty quick. Most of you know an orbit sander. This is for fine sanding. It's, once again, hook and loop Velcro. This pad's worn out, but you get one of these for the fine sanding. This spins and orbits at the same time and vibrates at the same time. So there's that. You can just throw this pad out, it's garbage. I kind of jumped the gun because this is for finishing. You get little things like this on Amazon. These are called mop sanders. They come in different grits. These are like 10 bucks each or something. I think you can get a package for like 7 for 27 bucks, 25 bucks, but these are mop sanders. You know, I think once all this sandpaper is worn out and garbage, it has a nut back there. You can take this nut off and make your own flap sanders. So these are called mop sanders. These are on Amazon too. They come in different grits if I didn't say that. This is more for, this is Scotch-Brite on here, Scotch-Brite wheel. This is more, I use this for when I do the shosugi band, when you burn the wood and you want the grains to pop out. But this also sands the fuzzies away too. You get sets on there on Amazon for like, I don't know how many of these I got. I got all different shapes and sizes for fairly cheap. Now, this one that I'm tapping doesn't have sandpaper in it. It's just a Scotch-Brite. Now, this one does have sandpaper in between each piece of Scotch-Brite. So you can see there's Scotch-Brite and sandpaper. So these come different too. They all have different purposes and stuff like this. You got these. Oh, you got this. It's a pretty popular one. This is what Uncle Kevin uses a lot. Uncle Kevin carves. It's the red nylon wheel. This just goes in your drill. And this gets rid of all the fuzzies on the wood. Or you get sets of like this on Amazon. Sets of 3 for, I don't know what it is. They're different. It comes orange, red, and gray, and they're different grits. But I don't have one here. I got to grab it. I don't know if you guys can hear it starting to rain drop. So stand by. I'm going to show you the other ones. Yeah. Can you hear that rain? Okay, I'm going to apologize if you got that rain's bugging you guys. But here's another type of nylon wheel. You get on Amazon. This one is, these ones last better. You get sets of different grits. Oops. But yeah, so I prefer these ones. This is 1/4 inch too. I prefer this one over the red ones. These ones last longer. And like I said, you get different grits. So sometimes they're harder or softer. Just Amazon. I'm going to do my best to put the links for all these tools I showed in a description below. But that takes a lot of work. And it will take you to my Amazon store. Okay, so that's that. So now I don't have one, but this is, so for all you that don't know, this is called Ready Rod. See, it's got threads on it. And you just got a nut on there. So I think this is a bit bigger than 1/4 inch. But what you do, this is Scotch-Brite on here. So you see it's got a nut and a washer there. See that washer? It's hard to see on the video, yeah. So, but you got a nut and a washer in the back. I doubled up these nuts on the back and I put some glue so they don't come undone. And there's also a washer back there. So this is a good way to make your own sander. You could use a Scotch-Brite on this. Or you could use, like I said, I don't have one set up, but this is an old belt thing that you cut up. That was in my buddy works in a steel shop. He gets me his old ones. Okay, so you just cut it up. This was super long. Now I drill a hole through it, right? Now what you do, let's see if I can get one on it. You put this on here. You put it on, you put like 10 pieces on there or whatever. Then you got a sander. I usually do this back two reversed, so it sounds all ways. Then you've got the nuts, then you got a nut up here and you tighten that up. So that's how you make a good sander. Now, So because this is spinning super fast, I just got this plastic PVC pipe, and you hold that when it's spinning and you're good to go. Now here's the professional one. Bob King in the United States sells these. Lots of people ask, this goes in your drill. This is like an extender that you guys all see Ryan Cook using. You put your bit in here like this. Right? Then you put it in your drill. Then that's the extender. So it's Bob King. I don't know what the name of his company's called, but he sells these in the USA. I'm not too sure if Ryan Cook's selling these yet. Ryan does have a chainsaw shop online to buy carving bars and stuff, the cannon bars. But there's the extender for that. Now, with the last one that we're going to talk about, I think it's the best, but it's the most expensive, okay? This is the most expensive way to sand. This is called the Sandoflex. This is, lots of the professional carvers use these. Sandoflex. Like I said, I'll put a description. I'll leave these all below in the description. I'll do my best to do it. So, you buy them on Amazon. Now, these refills are expensive. For me, they're expensive. And one thing, before I get going too much on this, for the Sandoflex, so you see when you've got this hooked up to your drill, this is all like sandpaper in here, and boom, 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 it sounds. These don't last too long, but I think when you're using the Sandoflex, it's better to have a fast drill. Because I got other drills, they're not that fast. This is the fastest drill that I could find. I know the Makita one's faster, but this is the Dewalt I found on Amazon too. So this one is, it just seems like when you use a slower drill with this, the sandpaper wears away a lot faster. Seems like the faster your drill is, the better this works. Now, if somebody knows a faster drill than this that's affordable, you can get on Amazon. Leave it in the comment in the comments. Sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Leave a comment about a faster drill than this. This is the DWD115. I got this on Amazon. It was fairly cheap, and this thing spins pretty good. So now let's talk about this Sandoflex. So here is, oh, I gotta open this. Actually, this, no, it's got tape. Stand by. Okay, so here is the refill. Merit. Ryan Cook sells these too. Sandoflex. Now here it is inside the box. Now this is not cheap, and they don't last too long. And I'm sorry if I'm cutting anybody's grass here, but you see the sandpaper, how it's kind of, it's not perforated. There's another longated or something. But you see, let's get rid of this box. You see how that sandpaper is all cut like that? Now, there was a chainsaw company on Instagram. I believe it's called Titans. They sold this sandpaper, but they don't have any in stock. I believe I reached out to them. So, about 3 months back, SC Carvings, Steven, sent me some gifts. Thanks, Steve. He sent me, here's a sticker. SC Carvings. There's a little owl that he carved. Nice stickers. And he got a 3D printer. And he got this piece of slate. And he made me a Carving Fusion logo on there. So thank you so much for this. I use this every morning for my coffee at home. So his friend, I'm going to slow down so you can make sense of this. Sometimes I know I get carried away. I start talking too fast and then I screw up my words, and I apologize for that. Now his friend, you can see in this refill, that's cardboard inside there. That square piece, that's cardboard. Now his friend made these on his 3D printer. He sent me 4 of them. Now this is a refill that you could, I know that Titan place makes steel ones you can buy, but here's a refill for the Sandoflex, and this is the way to save yourself some money. You can make your own refills. All you do is just these plastic screws, you just unscrew them a bit, you tuck your sandpaper underneath that little flap thing there, and you do it all the way around. Now here's one that's already together. I made this one myself. It doesn't have the little slits in the sandpaper like this one does. Like, you see how this will break away? This one doesn't, because this stuff's, I don't know where I can buy this. If anybody knows where you can buy this, please email me or leave a comment in the descriptions. Yeah, I said that right. Now this stuff, I believe it's inch. Where's my tape measure here? So this stuff that goes in the Sandoflex is, yes, it's an inch. Now the best stuff that I could find online, well, this is welding stuff, right? This is Lincoln electrical. Comes on rolls like this. See, there's a sandpaper in there. It's not, it's cloth back sandpaper. What's the name of it? Emery cloth. Yeah, emery cloth. Emery sandpaper, I believe. You see? This stuff has the cloth on the back, so it's harder. So, does that make sense to you? Here's your standard one with the carbon on the inside. You can try stapling the sandpaper on there. I tried it before, it didn't work. Or you can get these. Now he's going to sell these. I'm going to leave. He's in the UK, so you can buy 4 of these, and they work. I've tried it. I got one set up right now on my Sandoflex. They might not be as good as the steel ones because you got the plastic screws, but they're still good. He sells 4 of these for $20 in the UK. So $20 UK money. You can put different colors on them too. So if you get different grits of sandpaper to use. Now, so it's UK money. I don't know what it's called. It's UK money, and you have to pay for shipping, and it won't be much for shipping for these because, well, they're not very big. So if you want to buy these to save yourself some money, he gave me Stephen gave me his friend's email, and you can email him and order 4 of these. I'm sure he takes PayPal or something, or online banking, but this is a good way to make money to save yourself some money. Chainsaw carving is expensive. You know, if you're doing it as a hobby, it's expensive. So let me get this screw off here. I always tighten it up with a wrench, but stand by. I'll get this off. Okay, so you just unscrew it. Put that screw in my pocket, or nut, whatever it's called. And you pop this cap off. So there it is in there. But what I'm going to do now, this is the stuff that Stephen sent this paper to me. He got it when it was still available. But I'm going to put that Lincoln paper, that welding stuff in there. I'm going to swap this out with the roll that I made myself. And I'm going to see how good this stuff works. I think I said I used it, but I haven't used this stuff yet that doesn't have the cuts in it. Yeah, emery cloth. This is probably 80 grit. I don't know. 1 inch by 18 yards. So imagine how many of these refills that you can fill up with one of these. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up. Thanks, Steven, for this stuff. And once again, everybody, I'm going to leave this the very first thing down below in the description, how to buy these. I'm going to send you buddy's email address. Well, it's going to be down in the description. You can email them, and hopefully you can get yourself some of these, because save yourself a lot of money in the future. That's for sure. I don't have my microphone hooked up, but I just want to show you quickly. See how it goes on there? Now, you don't want to tighten those plastic screws up too much, because you could screw up the threads, so just snug it up. And each length of these sandpaper, whatever, is 12 inches. That's what I cut it at. So if you look on here, each one of those little flap things has 2 sandpaper, each one. So you'll see there's 2 in there. So that gives you a number of 8, and that's how many things you got on your Sandoflex is 8 things. Now, when you put the sandpaper on here, make sure you put it on the right way so the backing of the sandpaper hits these hairs. I don't know if they're horse hairs or whatever kind of hair they are, because you can put them on backwards and it sucks when you do. I've done it. So I got them all ready to go. So I hope that sanding has helped some of you. I got a new sander on this. I will film using it. I'll show you guys what I mean by it digs in this edge. I'll show you guys quickly what I've been working on. This is the tree house, so like I want this all to be smooth down here, and I decided that it's going to be planter. So there'll be a planter here and drain hole down here. This will be a door, little roof here. Let's give you the wider view. So I still got to do lots of work fixing up this roof too, but you can see here I carved this out, and there's a hole there for, you can put a vine in here, let it grow down there, and then come out here. So that's what I've been working on my own time. Not much sense filming too much of this because lots of sanding, and I just kind of crank the tunes and have at her. Now, this is tricky to sand up here, so I'll probably use the Sandoflex up here. For all my normal subscribers, I want to ask your opinion. I'm not going to burn any of this down here. It already gives enough shadows. I talked to Just Carve Rob about it. Okay, so that none of this is going to be, like, I'm not going to burn in the deep spots. I don't need to. I still have to finish sanding down here. That's it. And go around touching it up and stuff like that. Now, should I do my normal, well, like Dremel carving? Because here's the house up here. I still got to carve windows in with the branches acting as the window frame, like driftwood branches. Should I carve the, I'm going to stain this. Like, this piece is going to be up, spire thing, clear coat, right? But I'm going to stain this house so it's a different color. Now, should I somehow carve those planks in there? Like, do I got a pen? Stand by. Okay, so say our windows here. Man, I carved this these fascia boards too deep in here, but learn from your experiences or your mistakes, whatever. So that will be branches. Now, should I think I'm gonna make it so it's like nail holes. So these are boards kind of down here, like Dremel stuff. I think I'm gonna have to let people know that it's a house. I thought about Shosugi banning it, burning it really deep to get the grains to pop out, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to do this. But this piece, I'm just going to finish sanding it today, and I'm going to put it off to the side for till the middle of the summer, till it heats up, because this is wet wood. It's going to friggin' crack. I know the cracks are up here somewhere. I can't see, but you can see where it's starting to crack up here. That crack's going to come all the way down here and crack. So I'm gonna let it crack and for a little bit, and for the sanding part with the orbit sander, let your wood dry, because the orbit sander, like with those, you know, the slow sanding orbit thing, those things plug up super fast when you're sanding wet wood. So I gotta let this dry before I do the final sanding and the final finishing and stuff like that. Not fully dry. They say wood dries an inch a year. I think that's what it is. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to it. But this thing would take friggin' 10 years to get fully, more than 10 years, take 15 years to get fully dry. But let the outside layer get nice and dry and let it crack some more. So I'm going to start off using, I'll film a bit. I got a brand new thing on there. I'm going to lift this up on my jack and start sanding a bit more. Now, I'll tell you one thing. This jack is sure, it's a hydraulic jack, but I'm pushing it to its limits. So what I do is I got this crossbar up here. I don't know if you guys can see. Got this crossbar up here, and I kind of just jack it up so it goes on the crossbar and supports it better, so it's not so friggin' wobbly. And put my safety thing Ah, you son of a bitch. Whoops. This jack, I paid, I think, $300 for it at the Canadian Tire. But I think that Vevor, Vevor, they got a shop online. They sell these jacks too. So this thing is a total back saver. The thing that was hard is I've had to get this piece on and off this jack when this is about 800,000 pounds a few times. And let me tell you, it's not that friggin' easy to get on the jack by yourself. But sometimes you just need to get shit done. Right, Lance? A huge shout out goes to Claire. Hi, Claire. Thanks for all the support over the years, and I love your artwork, your carvings. That toad that you just did, love it. So there you guys can see that Sandoflex is good to getting into little spots like this. I got a lot more sanding to do on this whole piece. I don't want any square edges. I want all round edges. I'll have to use my Orbit sander for that. But you can see how that worked. You can see I missed some spots down here. Got to sand there more. I'm going to spend about, I don't know, a good 30, 40 hours sanding this piece. Now, Steven, SC Carvings, thanks so much for the stickers, the coaster, and anybody. Oh, here's the that sandpaper that I showed you guys. It worked pretty good, but this stuff's better. So if anybody knows a link to this, you can email me or leave it in the comments and I'll pin it up top. How to get this sandpaper. This stuff's the better stuff. There's no name on it on the back. Well, there is, kind of. Let's see here. Yeah, stand by. Okay, so there is a name. It's called Hermes. Hermes. So Hermes sandpaper. I guess I'll Google it when I get home, see if I'm able to get some of this. I do know, like a couple years back, I researched it. They came in the rolls, but they didn't come in the 1 inch. They came in the 5 inch, but that's okay. This sandpaper rips really easy with those cut marks on there. So, but if anybody has a link, it would be great to share the link how to get this sandpaper. And these, they work great, like I showed inside here. 4 for $20 UK money. His email address will be in the very first thing in the description below. You can email him, tell him you're a friend of Carving Fusions, and buy these, and he'll ship them off to you. I suggest them. They work good for me. Like I said, they're probably not as good as the steel ones, but they're good for the price. You get 4 of them, so hey, if they last a year, man, that's wicked. You're going to save yourself tons of cash. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, buddy, that makes these and for the channel. And hope everybody's good. That's Carbon Fusion. Over and out. Now I got to carve up here. And I'm going to put this piece aside over here for about good 4 months. Let it dry out more. Then finish sanding it and wrap her up. Carbon Fusion. Over and out. I just carved Rob. Steve Kutzall. I'm going to carve the wizard next, Steve, like your wizards. I'm going to try my best. Carve a big, huge wizard. Yep, I think. Out of this big cedar log here, Steve, that sucker's huge, man. I'm going to carve, thinking about carving the wizard in that one. Yep. Goodbye.